Okay, I took care of the Growly Bailey situation. And my stuff, my eggs are drying over there. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It might be a little too fragile, but we'll see. Phew. Oh, wow, that's a... I just, the air I just put in the balloon just went right back in my mouth. Sorry, that struck me funny. Okay, that's egg-shaped. So I'm going to leave it not blown up very much. Just like that. Maybe just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay. Tie that if I can. As you know by now, if you've been watching my videos, I don't like green, and so I don't mind busting this balloon when the time comes. I'm having a hard time tying this. My fingers are too tight to give me some leeway. Okay, got it. Good. Now, I am going to do basically what I was doing with this, the pieces of paper towel, but I'm going to do it with pieces of tissue paper. Now, I'm not sure. I'll probably need a lot more than what I'm preparing, but... Okay, I decided I wanted some pink too. Now, I could make shapes like hearts or dots or, you know, circles or whatever, but I think I'm just going to cut small pieces and not, you know, just not shape them or whatever. I'm just gonna make a bunch of pieces. And again, if I make too many pieces for this project, I can use it for something else. And I have more if I need more, so there you go. You could do it all one color, but I like colorful, bright, colorful, cheerful stuff. And Easter and spring is the perfect time to do this kind of thing with. Okay, I think that's probably enough of the purple. Wow, I love these colors together. They look great. Oh, right. Make it easier on myself, I'm going to keep the colors separated. That's probably too much of the purple, so I'm just gonna... That's enough of the pink. And... I'll do this much of the blue. I'm debating whether or not to attach a string on there so I can hang it to dry. But where would I hang it? Oh, okay, I see where I could hang it. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Make sure it's nice and tight on there. Okay, now, and I forgot to mention that if you want... Well, yeah, for this one you wouldn't want to do that, I don't think, because this one's going to be pretty. If it works, it's going to be pretty, and you don't want to break it open and stuff, so yeah. So, never mind that. Okay, so what I can do is hang on to this in order to do my stuff. Okay, and so now I'm just going to cover the balloon with glue and randomly place those on. I might need, I'm not sure how many coats I will need to do. So yeah, this is just the white school glue again. I love this stuff. I go through a lot of this glue because a lot of my projects are like this, and just one project like this takes a lot of glue. Okay, that's enough to get started, and I'm putting a generous amount of the glue too. And I'm going to put glue on top. Okay. Resting it on the surface before until I get to the other side, because it's easier. But and it's okay for the colors to overlap because it'll create a different color and just add to the effect. Or I guess not necessarily create a different color, but the colors will show through each other because this tissue paper is, you can see through it, so a little bit, especially once you cover it in glue like this. That's why it's so fun to use this stuff in the art journal backgrounds and such. Yeah, that blue one, I can barely even see it once it's on there. I'm pretty sure I have a blue... Yeah, I do. Okay. I hope this works because, like I said, if it does, it's going to be really pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the whole balloon like this, and I'll be back. Okay, I've found it impossible to be entirely wrinkle-free, but there you go. I'm almost done. And I'm being very generous with the glue because the glue is going to be sort of one of the layers. Oops. So I have been trying to avoid leaving gaps between them, like I'm trying to make sure I don't have any holes, but really it doesn't matter that much. And I guess this is kind of like a patchwork / stained glass look or something. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of blue right there. Just because of the whole thing that I was talking about. Now, speaking of holes, there will be one right here, and I mean once we pop the balloon, we can cover that up. But for now, I'm gonna go hang this. Oh shoot, you probably didn't see a thing. Oh well, I'm going to go hang it to dry and I've got to remember to put something under it to catch the drips if there are any. Okay, since I have all these pieces left, I'm going to cover this wax paper. It'll come to me eventually. And I'm just going to cover it randomly, like I just did the balloon, but this is a flat surface, so it'll be easier and possibly faster. And then, yeah, once I've covered this and it has dried, I will show you what I am going to do with it. But basically, it's going to be like a stained glass piece. And maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this piece too. But I'll do that after do this. And like I said, I'll show you when I get there, when I get done. When it's dry, I should say. Yeah, it's a lot easier when I can hold on to something and now this idea is not mine. Where did I see this? Right, where my mom lives, they have people go over there and they do crafts sometimes. And they did something along these lines around fall. So they made leaves or something. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, yeah, the idea came from there. And so I'm hoping that the egg will work, but like I said, it might not. It might collapse on itself when I bust the balloon. That's why I did like a smaller balloon, so that if it is a failure, then I didn't waste too much stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'll be back later. Okay, now this is gonna get super, super messy. This idea I got from Pins and Things. I will have a link in the description. Now, I blew up a balloon again and tied a string for the drawing. If you wanted to have something inside your egg, like candy or a small toy or whatever, you would put it in the balloon before you blew it up. I took my rings off. Like I said, this is going to get extremely messy. Now, I have long pieces of yarn. It's variegated. I love variegated yarn. Anyway, and I'm going to dip it. Oh, okay, you can kind of see. I'm going to dip it in here, in this glue. Now, she was using liquid starch, I think it was. But I don't have that stuff. And I'm going to see if this glue will work just as well. Now, this worked when I was making the ghosts, so I don't see why it wouldn't work on this. But see, very, very, very messy. And it uses a lot of glue. Okay, and so basically I'm just going to wrap this string around the balloon, going over its self, and and this little bit that from tying, I'm going to put that on there too. The more generous you are with your glue, the better this will work. You gotta put it on kind of tight, and it doesn't always like cooperating with you, but yeah. There you go. And my hands are extremely full of glue, so I can't turn the camera off, so I will probably fast forward this. But here you are. Okay, and then I'll get another piece. And it's hard to avoid knotting your pieces too. You can make your pattern, you can try and make a pattern, I suppose. You could try and make it like fill it in so that there aren't any holes, but I find it's pretty if there are holes. And the piece that I had before wants to come off. Oh, and now the piece for hanging. I probably should have done the piece for hanging after. Oh well, lesson learned. Well, maybe I'll just incorporate this in the balloon and tie it again after for hanging, because it's just going to keep getting in my way, so there you go. Okay, so you want to try to go in crisscross so that it'll the other pieces I have ready are getting stuck on this one that I'm working with. Okay, yeah, you want to try to crisscross on top of each other so that they'll stick to each other and help hold each other up and stuff. And so you can do this as much or as little as you want, really, I suppose. Now, if you are putting something inside, though, I'm not, but if you were putting something inside, you probably want to make a lot of layers so that it is stronger. But yeah, we will see if this glue will work for this. Uh-oh, I have a knot. Well, I'll just make it part of the thing. Now, I'm just now I'm thinking, what if some of these strands had beads strung on them, or knots on purpose, or something like that? Then maybe it would add something to the decoration, or, you know, to the overall look. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to do that, at least not with this one. I might try that another day. So yeah, you can make these as big or small as you want, depending on your balloon size and how much you blow it up and whatever. You want to try to avoid this if you can. But it does get tricky. There we go. Ah! And you don't want that falling in your lap. Like that almost did, because that would be a messy, sticky situation. Got another knot. Oh well, it'll just be part of it. Okay, I think I had prepared enough. This one will be good, I think. I did prepare some shorter pieces at the beginning when I first started cutting my strands. I think I'll put those on too, just because I have them, and I'll save one of them out to tie in order to hang the balloon. I'll leave the green one out for hanging. The more generous you are with your glue, the stronger your egg will be, I think. I don't know if that's for sure, but I made another knot. Oh well, it'll be a naughty egg. Okay, one more, and then I'll go wash my hands and hang it up. I love this yarn. Even though it's got some greens in it, it's pretty. I like it. And they're perfect Easter colors, I think. Okay, so that's what I have. And I'm gonna let this dry overnight, hanging like this. Okay, getting glue off your hands is not an easy task, but what can you do? Okay, so I'm just getting glue all over myself again, but I'm just tying that on there so that I can hang it like I said.